If it's a shallow knee shield, what I'm thinking about doing is going around it, all right? If it's way far across, I'm not gonna be able to go around. All right, next one, very similar to the last one, but let's say like maybe I don't feel comfortable reaching all the way up here, all the way up to the shoulder. Maybe they're blocking it, they're extending and they're keeping their spine away from me and I can't make that connection. So instead I'm just gonna go right here to the hip. And I'm gonna think about the same thing. I'm just trying to clear this knee out from my chest, because right now this is really stopping me from moving forward, okay? So I'm just gonna go right here at the hip, and when I push down, I'm pushing in the same kind of like angle of his leg, and I'm just trying to push his hip to the ground. As I do that, I'm still stepping up with this leg. My hand can come to the outside of the knee, and instead of going all the way up to like a knee slide or to a X pass, I'm just gonna go to a knee slide. This is a very quick motion. So I'm in here, we're playing around. I'm just gonna pop and then bring my arm over the top of that. And then from here, the knee shield is gone. My chest can close down, catch the underhook, catch the head, flatten them out, and pass. All right, so I'm here, catch. So just push the knee off of the chest and then rotate your arm over. Tricep blocks there. As soon as this is out of the way, my chest is gonna start coming down. I don't wanna let him frame, push, and then just put the knee shield back in, okay? So you can do it from here, where I'm already in the knee slide. Push, pop over the top, chest down, flatten them out, pass the guard. You guys can kind of play around, like everybody's arms are different length, everybody's legs are different length, so you can kind of play around with where you grab. If you got really long arms, you're probably gonna be able to grab a little bit lower. If your partner has like really long legs, okay, you might have to grab a little bit higher. But as long as I can push that hip down and start to square his hips off and then pop over the top, now I can drop down and look for the knee slide pass. All right? Question? Say that again. Yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna be, if someone starts putting like hands in my collar, I'm gonna be worried about the choke, you know? It kind of depends, like if he's here, maybe I start backing up a little bit. Very common, like the person will put this hand in the collar. You know, maybe the framing. In these instances, I just bring my head to the other side and I'll keep passing, you know? A lot of times they don't reach with this hand because it gives you their head control, and then I can start to look to pass the guard. Usually I find that it's this frame going in my collar giving me the most trouble. And anytime, put that frame in, and if it's going to choke me, just pop my head to the other side, and then I'll just maybe pass a little different.
Are you trying to stay really heavy with your right leg hitting? Or do you need
Here?
Yeah, or do you need to come up a little bit to try to square his hips up?
Yeah, that's a good question. So probably a little bit to the ground. I might need to get him to rock a little bit so I can come over the top. And then once I'm on the leg until I connect to the upper body, right? Because right now if he starts shrimping and moving away, I'm able to go with him. Once I catch his head, now I can take my weight off and pass the guard. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. If it's a shallow knee shield, what I'm thinking about doing is going around it, all right? If it's way far across, I'm not gonna be able to go around. So I'm here, putting a little weight into them. Ideally, I like it when they go to frame on me. They're here. What I do is I shoot this arm underneath to the armpit, I fall to my hip, and I'm just falling around that knee shield here. As soon as you get here, you need to start getting your hips high, because this person's gonna try to buck and bridge and roll you over. If I get my hips up high, Eli can buck and bridge. I'm gonna take my knee out or my leg out and I'm gonna be good. If I keep my hips low, okay, like when I go to sit through and I try to sit around this, if I sit on his hips and my hips are low, I'm gonna be at danger of getting rolled over, all right? So I'm thinking about pinning his shoulders flat to the mat. So I'm here, okay? The knee is on this side of my body, so it's a shallow knee shield. I'm gonna put a little bit of weight into him, okay? Because I'm trying to keep this shoulder, I'm trying to push that shoulder flat to the mat, but I'm just gonna weave this arm in right here. That's also gonna help me get rid of this frame. And I'm just gonna sit around the knee shield here. If he locks onto his legs, that's fine. I'm gonna start scooting up, and then I can use this leg to start pushing and pulling my leg out. If he tries to open his guard and bridge, I've gotta take that leg out. If I keep my leg here and he opens and bridges, yeah, I will get rolled over. But as soon as I feel that leg comes out, and as long as he's pushing into me, I'm right there. Once the hips settle, I can decide if I want to go to side control or if I want to try to go all the way to mount. All right? But you can see if this knee shield was deeper across my body here, and I try to sit all the way around that, I can't close that space off. I can't start to pin his shoulders flat to the mat. So in those cases where the knee shield's a little bit further across my body, I can start to drop my weight down onto the knee. If the knee shield is shallow, I can't really drop my weight onto it. But if it's across my body, now my chest goes down, and I'm just gonna do like a little windshield wiper motion to clear my leg, and I trap the leg right here, okay? Once I'm out of that hook, there's nothing stopping me, so now I can just pin his legs and then start to run around the guard, flatten him out, and pass the guard. I think we did that guard pass last week, 2 weeks ago. I'm sure you guys remember. Okay, so a deep knee shield, where it's further across my body, I'm not gonna try to sit around it. I'm gonna smash it down here. And then I've gotta clear this leg. So I just pull my heel to my butt here. Then I lift my heel up and I trap the leg. Now I can start to weave my hand through, block that bottom leg, connect to the upper body, and I can run towards the head, or I can start to run around the other way too as well.
What's the thumb rule if it's not quite the midline?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like here. If it's on this side of my body, I'm gonna consider it shallow. I'm gonna try to go around. If it crosses it, I'm gonna try to smash it down. You know, and then sometimes this person kind of flirts with that line a little bit. That's when it's okay for me to use my hands, my body to start, move his knee around a little bit. There's my chance. Okay, he's keeping it right in the center line. Okay, maybe now I can smash it down. So I can shift and move, and I can put him a little bit where I want him to if he's trying to dance that line right in the middle. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
So typically, like, I'm trying to just kind of fight around, and then I can come here to the outside, then I can make this grip, and that's fine too. It's kind of a little bit of a battle. So if he's fighting me, I can hand fight, boom, I've got it. I completely fall to my left side. Here, boom. It feels awkward, like they're gonna come up. Right foot circles behind me. And the reason why I'm circling my foot is if he catches with a butterfly hook and I backstep, he's sweeping me over. If he catches me with the butterfly hook and then I just circle it around, I can clear that hook now, okay? Left shoulder drives into him. Bring my leg underneath and drive. Eli, try to move. And I can just stay with him, okay? One more time.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
When you get there, do you ever just step that leg back over to like a leg drag sort of deal?
You could if you wanted to. There's nothing wrong with it. The only issue you might have is like when you step back over, they might like bring their hips back underneath and kind of like regard. Yeah. So one more time. We're here. I make my grip on the collar or the shoulder. Either one is fine. I like to go to the collar. I'm going to fall all the way to my left hip. Boom. Circle my foot around. Drive my shoulder into Eli. I'm bringing my left leg underneath, and I'm trying to get my butt high. The reason why is that creates more downward pressure on him. That way he can't get up. So I bring this in, and now I'm up, driving in this tripod position. You guys got it? Any questions?